This is it. The trailer to the New York bestseller film adaptation of The Children of Blood and Bone has been released. And if you haven't watched this, just as I haven't, well, let's watch it together as I react to it. It begins now.
Big energy. All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy.
My daughter, you must not be afraid.
Okay. Thuso, Mbedu, and Lashana Lynch.
Orïsha was once a land where magic flowed through our people. You were born with a gift greater than you know. But those who feared our power took it away from us.
This really is good.
I know you miss her. Your powers may be gone, but that does not change who you are.
Magic is a festering disease. Purge it!
Heed my words. You are the future king.
What if that is not the
Giant
kind of
king.
king I want to be?
For years I have trained you.
Reminiscent of Woman King.
Because I believe you are the one. You can bring magic back.
Hold up,
A little
wait.
bit Black Panther.
Look around, everybody on mute. Hold up, wait. Look around, it's me and my crew. Big energy. Big energy. All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Big energy. Hold up.
They're looking to you to lead them.
All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy.
She has the ability to annihilate us all.
Big energy.
You have unraveled me.
Big energy.
No mercy! You must strike!
All these years, we believed the gods abandoned us.
Oh, my child. They were waiting for you.
It does indeed look good. Yeah, so there you have it, the trailer to the epic fantasy of the book Children of Blood and Bone. And I must say that I indeed am blown away by the visuals and the spectacle that I can see in this particular production. If you happen to watch my reaction to the featurette, I indeed spoke about how grand of a design, the production design that they sort of did for this film. And it speaks volumes into what they have done so far. And listen, this particular project seems is very, very promising. And if we are to compare to what the previous production of Gina, the director, was, that is Woman King, definitely if this lives up to it, it's gonna really be epic and it's really gonna, blow people's minds away. From what we've seen so far, indeed, yes, it lives up to the magical fantasy that was described, in the synopsis. And it is quite interesting. And this particular production sees the reunion of Viola Davis and Thuso Mbedu from South Africa, together with the director, and that is Gina, who, all three worked on The Woman King. If you haven't watched it, I think you should do yourself a favor to watch it as you prepare yourself to watch this new epic fantasy of Tomi Adeyemi's book, that is Children of Blood and Bone, come January 2027. But let's just do a little bit of a reaction to the video. Indeed, I must say it is indeed very promising, and I like everything that it has showed us so far. So, personally, I am sold about it, but I feel like maybe they might be still working on the what's it called, the a little bit of the effect, so as to live up to what may be fully described in the book. So let's quickly go through what this particular trailer has to offer. First and foremost, this particular trailer indeed speaks, the little we've seen indeed lives up to the magical fantasy epic that they are looking or portraying. And I would say that based on the little elements that I see in there seems to be some inspiration from a number of films or TV productions that you might have seen before. I would indeed, I'm approaching it from a standpoint where I haven't read the book. So I may not know how visually, if I'm to imagine whilst reading the book, visually um, uh, how that compares to what we are seeing in the trailer and definitely in the film when finally it releases in 2027. So indeed, um, first and foremost, when you watch it from the very beginning, the very first things that strikes you is the veritable variety of cast that they present in this particular production, and indeed, it is quite uh, exciting and ecstatic, to see all these powerful British and American actors from all walks of life being part and parcel of this particular production. And I think that's a good thing that they did by bringing assembling all these actors from all over the continent and then to be part of this production. We have Thuso Mbedu, who happens to be the lead, the lead, together with Viola Davis, playing mother and daughter once again. If you watch The Woman King, they did play mother and daughter as well. So in this production, it looks like they are doing same. And then you have the likes of Regina King in the mix as well. You have Amandla Stenberg from the production The Hate You Give. You also have Snowfall Damson Idris as well representing. He seems to be playing the love interest of Thuso Mbedu's character, and also that is Thuso Mbedu's character is Zélie Adebola. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right, but you also have Cynthia Erivo, Idris Elba, Lashana Lynch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Richard Mofe Damijo, one of Africa's talented actors as well, and Zachary Momo, Bukre, Bakre, and Ayasta. These are just but a few of the list of actors that are featured in this film. And indeed, I must dare say, it is really to have to assemble all these cast to be part and parcel of this production indicates how powerful of a script that is and how um, I think the trust that they repose in the director as well as Tomi Adeyemi in terms of her novel. Mind you, Tomi Adeyemi wrote the very first draft for this particular production before Gina, the director, came on board and then refined the script to what she has currently directed. And obviously, it is indeed no. When you take a look at a number of these actors, they are directors in their own right. So for them to have read a script and accepted to be part and pass, to be part of this production speaks of how powerful or how good a script is. Because I doubt that all these ensemble will be on board if the script doesn't live up to the promise of what they have seen and are participating in this particular production. So, I'm hopeful. I'm very sure that this particular film would deliver up to what we are all expecting it to do. So, briefly, let's just take a quick look as to some of the elements I found in there, and I feel is quite interesting. So, we'll go through it bits by bits. It's also more like a review, a reaction to this particular trailer. So
Big
there you have it
energy.
again.
All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy.
My daughter, you must not be afraid.
So honestly, I don't know whether Lashana Lynch and Viola Davis are playing the same role. I doubt it. Pardon my ignorance for those who know the story at heart. I doubt it, but it'll be quite interesting if that's the case.
Orïsha was once a land where magic flowed through our people.
The visuals are really stunning, and even that the this particular mountain gives me a little bit. It seems like a little bit of the Hallelujah Mountain, Hallelujah Mountains in the Avatar, but this actually I think was shot in South Africa, so obviously it is an existing mountain or a hill, unless maybe it's been augmented a bit to give it that fantastical landscape as perhaps described in the book. Yeah,
Orïsha was once a land.
and it's quite amazing how Paramount's logo, their mountain, is sort of superimposed upon that mountain found in the trailer. So it's interesting to see that what's it called transition, in this particular film. Yeah,
Orïsha
trailer.
was
Sorry.
once a land where magic flowed through our people.
So this particular river actually exists in South Africa. I remember Damson Idris in the featurette talking about the existence of this pink river, and it is really magical, comparing it to the landscape around it. So it is not it's not a color correction of the river or the lake to make it look pink. It's actually pink. So that is quite amazing. And it's shot in South Africa. So this particular view of nature exists in South Africa. Yeah.
Our people. You were born with a gift greater than you know. But those who feared
And
our power took it away from us.
okay, so it means that Lashana Lynch is not playing the same character as Viola Davis. But if you study carefully, Thuso Mbedu's character and the tribe or clan she comes from, their white hair literally reminds me of the Game of Thrones. Some of the characters in Game of Thrones, and then is it the House of Dragon? But it looks very distinctive, and amazingly, this look, though in this particular story seems fictional, there are some tribes or some demographics in Africa that actually have a semblance of this look. Their hair may not be as white as this, but actually it's very, very close. I may be mistaken. They may actually even be white as this. So I'm very sure that Tomi Adeyemi's in her research to write this thing did really do much justice to rope in not just the inspiration of the Yoruba tribe alone, but also a vast cast a vast net to represent Africa as a whole in this particular production. And I'm quite impressed. And the look looks very good. This particular look of the characters is very distinctive, and I like it. I do like it. Yeah, and these settlements actually exist. There's some in Nigeria and there's some actually in Ghana as well. And I like the fact that it's being used in the film. It reminds me a little bit of Waterworld, but this actually exists. It's something that exists really in Africa. So this particular story of Adeyemi seems to have captured both the real life uh, uh, culture of people, blending it with also the magical elements in from her imagination. So that is quite great. That is really great.
I know you miss her. Your powers may be gone, but that does not change who you are.
Magic.
Scenes the scenes from this portion is it looks really good and looks very regal. At the same time, it you you can feel that power it exudes, uh, similar to what we saw in Black Panther. You know, the throne room, and I can feel the same vibe in this particular scene as well. You know, the mountain and everything, and it really looks good. It looks like an epic empire, and I like that. I like that, and it looks like the throne room is sort of built into the or the chief palace or something is built into the mountain over there.
Magic is a festering disease. Purge it!
Heed my words. You are the future king.
What if that is not the kind of king I want to be?
So you know the accent as usual. It's amazing when a lot of the so majority of the accent used in a lot of, let's say, African films produced in Hollywood always sort of choose a blend of, would I say, Eastern Africa together with sometimes a little bit of the Nigerian kind of accent, but mostly it sounds more Western Africa than, sorry, Eastern Africa and Southern Africa, and it looks like he's captured it very well. The Damson's accent and the way he spoke here reminded me of Daniel Kaluuya in Black Panther. It so much reminds me of Daniel Kaluuya's presentation in Black Panther. Let me take it again.
King I want to. What if that is not the kind of king I want to be?
For years, I have trained you.
Chiwetel, I mean, Ejiofor is menacing whenever he is playing a villain, and that he's going to deliver. Anytime this guy plays a villain in any production whatsoever, he arms it. He gives you all his best, and just the look here and his posture
What if
indeed
that is not
is
the kind of king?
very, very powerful. Yet in his eyes, he has this softness for his son. This um, care and love for his son.
I want to be?
For years, I have trained you.
This part, reminds me so much of the Woman King, and it's exciting to see that this particular scene literally is almost paying homage to the Woman King, which is a very great movie starring Viola Davis and Thuso Mbedu as well. So I would really, really recommend that you watch that one prior to even watching this film. Yeah.
Because I believe you are the one.
There's something about Thuso Mbedu. She's grown so much as an actress, very powerful in the way she emotes. Her facial expressions are always very spot on and very powerful, and I like that she's playing the lead role here. I'm excited because I mean, most often when films of this nature are produced, majority of the cast, particularly the lead person is always from the West. But I'm happy that in as much as there is an ensemble of great actors both from Britain and US, there is still, front and center some, notable actors from Africa as a whole. So I'm excited to have Thuso in Mbedu. And also there is a Richard Mofid Damijo, who is also one of Africa's finest actors. If you haven't watched any films of his, just search for him, RMD or Richard Mofe Damijo. He is an excellent actor. So I'm glad they are featuring some African actors from the mainland. I think Buki Bakre as well, and the Aya Star, the musician as well is also featured in this film. So yeah, that's really good for. I mean, I commend Gina for bringing together African talents as well into this production. And I understand that's not to say that featuring British and American actors for an African epic is not good. When it comes to the business of filmmaking, for you to really make an impact and sell the film on a global scale, you need to bring names that carry weight on the global stage. So it is perfect that is done. You have Idris Elba, who, though British, has Ghanaian and Senegal parentage. So yes, the collection is excellent and is beautiful.
You can bring magic back.
Viola Davis always delivers. Viola Davis always delivers. This portion and the I don't know what I call it, move of violet glow in the water, the bearing of um, Tosin Mbedu's character in the water is quite reminiscent of what we saw in Black Panther when, after ingesting the shape herb, the heart shape herb, they bury the character, but that is to communicate with the forefathers in the other world. But here, I think I don't know. So, but I think it has to do with either trying to regain the magic back, her powers back before a great battle or whatever that may be. Yeah, but it looks good, honestly, and I like the fact that it's different. It's different from what we have seen before.
Hold up, wait. Look around, everybody on mute. Hold up, wait. Look around, it's me and my crew. Big energy, big energy. All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy, big energy. Big energy, big energy. Hold up.
They're looking
I don't know whether Idris's character is more of a shaman or yeah, I don't know, but he looks great in this, and it looks very different. I don't know whether it's because of the hair and the makeup. But he looks quite different here. But just as I said, when you watch this particular scene, it feels like we are in, it reminds us a little bit of the dragon people. And forgive me, I'm not using the terminology right, but the House of Dragon characters with the hair, you know. But it's really beautiful. And just as I said, there are people in Africa with such looks. So it's not just fantasy; it's real life. It's not just fantasy, but real life. Yeah.
to you to lead them.
All this good energy got you all in your feelings. Big energy.
And what's an African film without music and dance? You know, when it comes to films, music and dance are always, ascribed to Bollywood because that is what we typically see, and it has become almost like a genre of a film in Bollywood. But Africa is really known for dance and music in every occasion, not just in modern times where songs are released, but in major occasions where you have dignitaries visiting or even just our traditional setting. Music and dance is very integral. So I'm glad that Gina is adding that to the story. I don't know whether it's in the books, which I would definitely read, but I'm glad that it is part of it. It's being infused in the story, and I think this character is actually Ayastar. Yeah, the one in the middle is Ayastar, the musician from Nigeria. So great to have her being added as well.
She has the ability to annihilate us all.
Big energy.
You have unraveled me.
Big energy.
I don't know whether we are fighting together or so yeah, let me just so this is RMD, that is Richard Mofe Damijo, for those who may not know, one of Africa's finest actors. So he's the one I'm talking about, and he looks like he's either a general for Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, or but he's part of the tribe as well. So, and yeah, when it comes to the culture of, I'm not sure whether it's Yoruba or Igbo, lions are, it's like a totem, or yeah, it's like a totem or an icon of their tradition. So this design of a warrior's armor or garb actually perfectly speaks of, the culture of Nigeria. So I'm glad that that has been infused as well.
All these years, we believed the gods abandoned us.
Oh, my child. They were waiting for you.
Yeah, here I think they're still working on the effect. It looks a little bit unfinished. Yeah, so I'm sure by the time the film is done, it will look excellent. Yeah, the I don't know whether yeah, the smoke or dust feels a little bit unfinished, but I'm sure they will refine it by the time it's done. But so far everything looks great. It looks really. Wow. I mean, I am really sold on this particular production, and I must say I think it's going to be a hit. My hope is that it becomes a massive hit, so that the next installments in the trilogy of books would also be made into a movie as well. And you know, the vision of I want to really see the vision of Tomi Adeyemi's books being realized completely on screen, so that we would enjoy some of these things that we've always hoped that, it to be told. Africa's stories are beautiful and amazing, but we've not really had the opportunity for these stories to be told. So I'm glad that these are being shared. And that is Tomi Adeyemi, holding up one of his books, and it's exciting. This book, he wrote the very first book, which is now being turned into the movie, was written in 2018, and it became a bestseller. Wrote the other two installments as well, and these books are massive, and it will be nice to all read it. But I just as I said prior in the featurette reaction that I did, I'm going to watch the film without reading the book first, and after I read it and watch it again. So that is one thing I want to do. I just want to go in without any spoilers. But if you read it, it still won't stop you from enjoying the film. I think you're going to enjoy it all the same. So let me know what you think about this particular trailer. Honestly, I'm excited and I'm sold on it. I know it's going to be a great time in the cinema to watch, particularly in Africa. I'm sure you're going to have the same resurgence of passion and support from both the continent and the diaspora behind the film, just like same was done for Black Panther. So it's going to be same. I can't wait to see that day where people would cosplay some of the characters or dress in different traditional African garb just to go support this film. And I'm gonna do same as well come January 2027. So thanks so much for joining me for this episode or reaction video of the trailer of Children of Blood and Bone. My name is Papa Otu, and I'll come your way with another trailer reaction when the time comes. See you soon.